Bonjour, and welcome back to the French campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So, over here in Asia, we have this task force here, 4 battleships, 4 armored cruisers, that will probably fight this little Russian force next turn. However, we also have the force that was invading Hong Kong. Now ready to move. We are looking at 90,000 tons here combined for this force. Meanwhile, this one is not that much lighter, really, despite not having as many ships. Let's see, invading Singapore. How much tonnage are we going to need? 100,000. Right. So I am moving this task force here. They are a little bit low on ammunition. Hang on. What I'm doing is Pierre-Henri and Terrible, the 2 smallest battleships, they are staying behind here. And they will be joined by this force. 2 smaller, older battleships, the original Patrie class, with the single 12-inch guns, and some old Thionville class light armored cruisers, and 1 light cruiser. They are joining here. Let's see. We select the right task force. There we go. Well, these ships, the 2 newer Magenta class, they are joining here in Singapore. Right. In fact, the TB90s here, they can move to Hong Kong and receive 1 refit. Are we sending the 2 Thionvilles to join here? I think so. Yes. No. Oh, nope. I changed my mind again. No, wait. No, that's fine. These are going there too. Okay. I keep the related or sister ships together. That's fine. Yes. Once we've taken Singapore, then we can start thinking of how we're going to deal with this task force. Let's now just open up a naval invasion here. Singapore, 100,000 tons. That should be enough tonnage to deal with that. Emphasis on should. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully. And over here, next month, we're going to open up a naval invasion of northern Egypt. In the meantime, this force, which has some pretty big battleships in it, 2 of the new Patrie class with the 13.5-inch guns, and 4 of the new Victor Hugo class armored cruisers. They're going to go and fight this. Or strike Scapa Flow. Either or will be fine. Onwards. And Russia has had yet another revolution. Britain has had a revolution. Now, Russia was already They had already had a revolution, so they had their economic boost already. Now let's see what happens to the British economy after this. And Britain strikes my my port. I am getting torpedo boats into Gibraltar, so that shouldn't be a problem in the future, but right now it is undefended. Ooh, interesting. Light cruiser on armored cruiser, Bacanti. That's one of my designs. That's a very modern armored cruiser as well. Plus 70% armor quality. 12,500 tons. Do I try to... well, it's too late now. I can't, like, unclick. I should have clicked withdraw, maybe. And then send something bigger here to deal with this. But, since we're here, might as well make an attempt of it. Let's see if it's gonna work out. Well, it sort of depends on whether or not I can hit them with a lot of torpedoes. Because we do have a lot of torpedoes. 5 per side. 17-inch. 2.7 kilometer torpedoes. But they have some pretty big guns. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, 10-inch guns. Mark IIs. Cordite 1, TNT 1. Yeah, they're just gonna go straight through my armor. Actually, they're just gonna go straight through my armor. They're gonna score overpens with AP. And partial pens with HE. So I might be able to pull this off. They've got bigger torpedoes, though. 18-inch. 200-meter range advantage over me. I think I'm more maneuverable. Slightly. And I'm faster. And also 5 torpedoes versus 2 per broadside. I do have the torpedo advantage. $62 million. We're already opening fire. Not hitting me yet, though. Scored the first hit, didn't do much. What kind of armor do they have? Good enough. Well, I thought I was safe from main belt penetrations. That it was either going to be over pens or partial pens, but apparently not. If I could have gotten closer before taking that hit, I would have been safe. Now they're overpenning, but can I even get close enough at this rate? With the flooding I've taken. Well, I don't think running away is an option anymore. Doing 18 knots, which is sadly less than what they're doing. And we're taking more hits. I think this battle is lost. Now that they're heading away, maybe I can maybe I can turn around and get away. Still doing 17 knots though. Let's load AP and hope that we can score some fore and aft belt penetrations. If we can make them flood a little bit too, might be able to run away. Because we're not getting to within 2.7 kilometers. Not when they're just kiting away. It was a brave attempt. It was possibly not the smartest thing to do. Maybe we can get far enough away to end the battle. Yes, actually. That is a defeat, but my ship is still afloat. And we can bring in some reinforcements. I was hoping my my task forces here would combine, but I think we're good. We got 4 Theon Mill class. They are freshly resupplied, and 2 of these. And that's a much smaller force than we fought in yesterday's video. So, it should be good. That's a different type of light cruiser than the ones we've seen from the Russians. Let's see, you are joining those. Flora, you can be the scout. Not spotted them yet. Apparently, they are to the north. They're probably all hiding in one big smoke screen. There they are. And here comes a bit of weather. Suddenly rainy and stormy. That's not ideal. That's not ideal at all. But while that is negatively impacting my accuracy, it also impacts their speed. And they're using their smoke screen right now. Well, I can't even see them anyway. Let's take a look at that light cruiser, because it's not the same as we've seen before. I think it's an older design, actually. No, wait, no, it's not. 2.7 kilometer torpedoes, 17 inch. It's not that old, it's just using old like iron plate armor. Mark II 6-inch guns. Alright, not bad. Let's get some torps away. Hopefully they're gonna hit something. That's a pretty wide spread, but the enemy has a pretty big task force. Actually, let's just have this do circles here. Launch torpedoes from all sides, if possible. Yeah, we did score some torpedo hits. Look at that. One torpedo hit on the destroyer, of all things. .7 kilometer torpedoes on these torpedo boats as well. Right, okay. That could get ugly. How about these? 1.4. They're really gunning for my battleships this time. Let's see. I don't like find a good angle here. Because on the one hand, that's a flash fire, which I love. But also there's more fire going this way, which might be a little bit more exciting. There. Let's go with that. We are actually in torpedo range of that torpedo boat. But we're good. Good. I think the torpedoes they launched were just targeted at this light cruiser, which was maneuvering, so they didn't hit anything, but... my battleships are launching torpedoes at the destroyers. Must be opposite day. Battleships can now start targeting light cruisers. Secondaries on the destroyers. Or do they just simply not have enough armor for my guns? I might get HE penetrations. Because it's low quality armor. If nothing else, I think Flora would be able to take them on. Just gotta deal with this destroyer first. so. That is one down, almost. They're closing in. How many torps per side? One per side. One bow and aft. We are now getting main belt penetrations with HE. Which is good. And torpedo hits from the battleships. We're gonna see more torpedo hits. Maybe. They are not hitting Flore. But I'm potentially hitting them. Do like a pirouette here. I've done that before, Flore. I've seen it. There we go, more torpedoes going out. Is this one gonna hit? No. It was very close though. 2 torpedo hits on Voivoda. We have incoming torpedoes. I was not able to stop in time. Brennus. Taking 1 torpedo on the bow, but that's fine. That's not a disaster. There's someone being annoying over in that smoke screen. Let's go check it out. Another torpedo coming in. It's too late to stop, or is it? I would have been on time if I'd not been indecisive. All in all, that is fairly minor damage on those battleships, from those torpedo hits. They'll be fine. And there, the weather has improved. Kulm is the one that took a torpedo early on. Well, let's focus the other one. Well, it's being held back. There we go. Good hits on target already. The bigger ships can cease fire. Lorraine can handle this. There we go. That should be all of them. Some more victory points. Not as big of a battle as some of the ones we've fought. A lot of transports lost this month. Yeah, they're trying to invade Sarawak, but we're about to take North Borneo from them anyway. 99% chance to succeed. Okay, ended up with 6 battleships here. That was not really my intent. There. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that, shouldn't I? Because I need the tonnage here. We're only at a 99% chance to succeed. It's not as if we have a big surplus of tonnage for the invasion. We are at like 130,000 tons. Slightly over. That cruiser that I fought here is this one. It's not made it into the circle yet. Which means that these 2 battleships will actually need to go over here. Just for a little bit. Just to fight that cruiser. That's not going to be a good chance to succeed. 105,000 tons versus 100,000 tons needed. But it's going to be enough that it's actually, you know, enough tonnage. You can add these ships back later after fighting off this one armored cruiser. Ooh. They're sending these to Hong Kong. We can deal with that later. We have an ambush mission. It's here. We're being ambushed by British destroyers. Right. First of all, that's the latest TB90 The Scion, let's have these quickly refit. One destroyer of our own, the new CO3 class. Is it gonna win a gunfight versus an USK class? I'm not sure. But this one surely will, right? So after this, let's see what's up with that force I sent to Scapa Flow. .5 kilometer torpedoes. An attempt to do something with that. And we also have 5-inch guns. I think the enemy destroyers only have 4-inch guns. .4 kilometer torps. The Scout, you can just keep focusing Firefly. Trombe has already launched 4 torpedoes. Looks like 2. There should be 2 in each of those wakes. It's very clustered together. And Trombe has already taken some hits. See if she can score some hits in return while pulling out. Not sure those torpedoes are gonna do much. Maybe they will. No, yes! 2 torpedo hits scored on Verity. Now the Scot is already is also launching torpedoes. Might get some hits here. Excellent. One was a dud. Are we gonna get torrid as well? No. That was close though. And the guns on the Scot absolutely chewing up Torkas. Turquoise. I thought it said tortoise for a while, but no. It's not that slow. Main guns on one, secondaries on the other. So Yara, badly damaged. Verity is verily badly damaged. So Tom has done well so far, although mostly the torpedoes. Well, the 5-inch guns have done some too, actually. Not to be discounted. Reduce your speed a little bit. Maybe straighten your course. Maybe get some accurate fire going on here. Maybe take the closest one instead. I thought the scout would take care of this, but no, she'd switch targets on me without me noticing. And Tom suffers engine damage. But definitely biting back with those 5-inch guns. I also thought this one would be taken out already. We are not turning fast enough to avoid those. And we're also not dropping speed quick enough. So that is Tom going down probably. Now Usk is down, but not quick enough to save Trombe, which is actually still afloat, if only barely. Now let's accelerate here, get this cruiser in between. You can launch whenever possible, Trombe. Now the Scot is taking all the attention. Excellent. That means my destroyer might live. What kind of armor do you have? 1-inch main belt, plus 50% quality. That is actually enough to block my HE from the 7-inch guns. They hit the main belt, that is. Another torped. Range guns have been done more than the 7s. They should be very effective with AP, I think. Yes, they are. There. All destroyers taken care of, with considerable damage to my own. But that's fine. That's a win. We did not get a battle here. who did not get a strike either on Scapa Flow. They're moving here. Linking up with this cruiser force. 10 torpedo boats, 1 destroyer, and a bunch of cruisers. 16 destroyers, 17 light cruisers. That will be quite a battle, I think. So TB-99s can go to Gibraltar. Right. North Egypt. 129,000 tons. Do not have enough tonnage for that. Meaning we might have to call off the cruiser battle in the North Sea. Let's move this down here instead. I should be able to get that, hopefully. Now with the Russians here gone. Actually, I'm changing my mind again on what to do with these task forces. You are going there to participate in the naval invasion. And these two, they are staying here with their new friends for this naval invasion. Good, I think, or adequate. Britain currently has 22 battleships, 59 armored, and 66 light cruisers. United States slowly catching up. They're not building a whole lot right now, but I'm guessing they're pretty happy with the navy they have. 14 battleships, 55 armored, and 74 light cruisers. Interesting. And they're not too friendly either, so they could decide to join the war. Germany, at least, are friendly, so if they join in, it would probably be on my side. Italy as well. And Japan, actually. Well, let's see, we've gotten the Mark II 14-inch gun. Start teching up the Mark II 15. What kind of boiler tech are we getting, though? Just new funnels. Crep 1 would, of course, be very nice to have. When that happens. But I think that's it for today. We've set up what could maybe have been a pretty big battle, but this tonnage is just needed elsewhere right now. We do see the British coming in here to Asia with also a lot of tonnage. These guys are heading for Hong Kong, but that invasion has already ended. So they might be diverted to defend Singapore, in which case we're going to meet them. That's a pretty big task force. 13 battleships in one task force. Depending on what kind of battleships those are, that might be quite a difficult battle. We also have 8 more in this task force. That's what you might call a doom stack. Goodbye, and take care.